my educational background, I'm currently getting my doctorate in choral conducting.
And then I came here for the first time in '95, here being Muhlenberg, as a conductor for summer theater. And then I just kept coming back every year, and I decided that I really liked this area, so I made it my home base. And then I got involved with the music department in about 2006. And it's been like that ever since.
So I did a PhD in music history / music theory at the University of Connecticut. And did a lot of teaching while I was there as well, and loved that. And so got a job here. It's now, I guess, 25 years ago.
Why do you like music?
Oh man, that's a big question.
Why do you like music?
I have no idea. Actually, that's not true. And you're gonna get a big finger there. I like music because there's probably no one on the planet who doesn't. Music, I think I feel confident in saying that of all the arts, music is the strongest because, there are people who don't necessarily like the visual arts. There are people who might not like one form of art or another, but I don't know that there's anyone who doesn't like music. And I think it's because I'm human. It's something, it's that sort of inescapable, question we might try to answer, and sometimes you just have to accept because as the answer, because I do. So.
A different reason for it, or a different reason to enjoy it. And I shouldn't say that not everybody likes music, but when people tell me, oh, I don't like music, I'm like, I don't buy that. There's some music somewhere that can speak to you in some way. Even if it just gets you, like I said, just kind of like gets you bobbing your head a little bit, or if it speaks to you in a more emotional way or a more personal way, if it's closer to home. Very few people tell me that they don't like music, but when I hear that every once in a while, I never really totally buy it, because I think that person just hasn't been exposed to the kinds of music that could speak to them in a valuable way.
But the real reason I love music is I love playing music with other people. It involves communicating at a really deep level, really a pre-verbal level, and I get to know the people who I play music with, and we get to create. Often it's beauty, but often it's a really deep conversation that gets created. So it's really the playing with others that makes the preparation work joyous.
I just like it. I guess it's the difference between liking something because it's good or thinking something is good because you like it. That seems to be something to think about. I love ABBA. Would I say that they were like, the be-all and end-all of consummate music making and, the pinnacle of music making? No, but I love them anyway. So.
Why do you think music is so popular?
Yeah, I think for a lot of those reasons that I mentioned, it's pretty popular. But I think because I think it's like pretty well ingrained in our sort of DNA as humans to like want to like connect with rhythm and melody. I think like dancing is like a very, very quintessential human activity. Singing, just like drumming out notes, whatever, just a random rhythm, bobbing your head, just kind of like getting into the groove of it is like so natural that I think it has a really, really broad appeal.
Why do I think it's so popular? I think because as human beings, there is something in us that just tells us that we like music. I have no idea other than that.
I think because it operates at a pre-verbal level. You don't need to know a lot of technical stuff about music, and yet it can still deeply influence you, deeply affect you, and it can bring you great joy to do it. I think you can find joy in music if you go a longer, deeper technical route, but I also think you can find joy in music if you are singing in the shower or if you're singing with a group of people, even if you don't read music.
I think like it is our innate human quality and desire to want to create and to want to express both joy, but also sorrow and fear and anger and displeasure and disgust and all these kinds of things, like these very like strong emotions that we have. And I think music is one of the best art forms to do this, because you can create these soundscapes and these environments that communicate one thing, but you also have the text that can communicate either the same thing or something completely different. You can have this conflicted approach to the same exact piece of music.
I don't know that I chose it as much as it chose me, quite frankly. It really is an all-encompassing obsession. That's the only word I think that accurately encompasses my feeling for what I do. So, I don't think I chose it.
Is there anything else you would like to say about music and the topic of music?
Other than what I've said, I'll say it again, at the risk of repetition. There is something in us as human beings that responds to music, whether it's the kind of music you like or the kind of music I like. What we have in common is that response. And it's, if someone were to pursue music and the mystical qualities of it, I think that's just a marvelous, soul-stirring, emboldening pursuit. There's just perhaps nothing greater than what music is, and who can define that? But, someone once said about a certain topic that I won't tell you what the topic is, but they said, I can't define it, but I know when I see it. I can't define what music is, who knows, why it impacts us, but I know that it does.